Hey, welcome to the channel. If you haven't already, thumbs up and subscribe. All about the blues harmonica, this channel. Today I'm just going to talk about general improvisation in blues. I do a few of these kind of videos to try and put the point across. Sometimes it's very difficult, you know, for whoever's coach trying to get the message across. And you see all too often, I've mentioned it on many other videos, when you've got experience, you see people who basically mimics and play like other people, or they tend to steal everybody's licks, but they don't have any licks of their own. What I've done here is at the start, and then I'll put another one on, another one on. I did 3 small clips of the same over the same track. Basically, it's, you know, strong shuffle, just to give you the idea, and just to kind of blow over the top of it, just to try and tell a brief story. They're not set licks, they're my licks, it's just my way of doing it. I'm not actually thinking, just kind of doing it. But that's kind of the approach that you need to sort of grasp, really. And no matter which coach comes along and tries and puts it over, when you're ready to do it, you'll do it, or when you're ready to absorb or ready to take in, and there's no marker for it, you know, it's whenever you feel like it. And it's good, you know, to take some coaching lessons now and again to get yourself on the straight and narrow and sort of hopefully point you in the right direction. I do everybody from people starting out, just beginners as they call it, intermediate, advanced, all that sort of stuff. But it's just getting you on the right lines, you know, and not just mimicking. One tip I can give you, let me just, we'll just play this one. And then I'll talk a little bit. So just listen to this one. Okay, so again, similar idea to what I was doing here, but I'm just floating over it, just sitting over the line. A tip I can give you is go, I would suggest having a listen to the great blues player B.B. King. Now, of course, all blues guitar players tend to start out listening to him and nail a lot of his stuff down, then they move on, don't they? And but the thing is with B.B., you could say, well, some of it's quite simplistic, but then in other ways it's pure genius because of the way that he just delivers and his weight of notes and everything else. And you can clearly hear that he's influenced by horns. I mean, I've had a lifetime as a saxophonist, so I'm aware of what he's aiming to do, particularly with his sound. You know, and he plays single notes. He doesn't really tend to chordal over it, but it's a good block for a blues harmonica player to listen to, because again, it's the way he approaches, how he goes about what he does. I think I might have mentioned it on another video, and blues guitar players are always mentioning it all the time to people when they coach them, is about using major and minors together. It's an old jazz thing. We do it naturally in jazz. You switch the two, because it's a way of understanding all the developing and understanding much more complicated harmony, and it's kind of a way that you farm out on. Well, in blues, he's B.B. King is kind of known for doing that. He does that sort of thing. Excuse me, and it's very useful for the harmonica, and it gives you just those extra notes we've talked about before. So if you're playing in like second position, you've got a you're playing on the C harp, you're playing an A, so you're playing the second note of the G scale, and you're also dropping in that 5 blow or 2 blow. You're dropping in that 5, so you're dropping in the if you're on a C harmonica, that would be in second position, so you're going to be using an E there. You're dropping these other notes in, putting the two to give you a little bit more vocabulary. Okay, so, and yes, you should emulate licks to get vocabulary, but the most, as I said on other videos before, the most important thing really is to just listen. Simply listen to an awful lot, you know. And the way people move on from B.B. King in the blues world and the jazz world, a lot of people look at Prez, Lester Young for similar reasons in a different way, and then they move on, and then they go on and move on into much more advanced things. So again, you know, it's all about just playing. I'll have another clip of me at the end doing again a similar, it's the same thing, it's just a clip, but it's more or less, but it's just that each time I'm running a chorus, I'm just letting it flow. I'm not trying to say I'm putting a lick here, I'm doing this there. I'm not doing that at all. I'm just sitting the groove and I'm not trying to be technical, I'm not trying to play long fast lines or anything. I'm just letting it go, and that's kind of how you should approach it. So, and a tip I can give you is today is think, you know, when you're, even if you're starting out, you're going to be wanting to play single notes, or you want to play with the chords as well as single notes, and or do you want to, you know, do you want to sort of combine the thing, sort of. Which kind of I favour, and I like to coach that way, but everybody's different, and just trying to get the most out of the instrument really, and you know, it's like a piano player getting the block chords and then he solos right hand. Sometimes when you're working with a band, a good band, you don't have to be looking at them for cues or anything, you just know. Sometimes when you hear the block chordal movement, sometimes you know that's a nice setting you up, you can kind of feel it. Similarly with a guitar player, he's moving solo and he'll drop his voicings and you can feel the voicings coming back in, or you feel the drummer ready for a click fill to pull you in. So you know, with good players that know what they're doing. So there's a lot of scope there. But yeah, but basically what I'm trying to say is look at other instruments, as I've mentioned before, to give you an idea, and it's about just trying to develop your own ways, and it's so difficult for you in your early years because there isn't a definite guideline. Okay, most coaches will give you their approach, and obviously if you're with a certain person you'll go along with it, but just be wary if people are giving you set things, because that is not, in my experience, that is not the way to go about it if you want to get anywhere. Okay, past being a mimic, and even then I'd frown upon it really, but it's each to their own. But Mike, if you come to me, I'll make sure that I'll develop you in a way that will get you there fast. You'll have to put some work in, but I'll get you there in the shortest space of time with the most enjoyment. And you'll come out sounding like you and not somebody else. That's the main thing. Okay, you can get me for lessons on Harpo the Healer Wicks, beginners, intermediate, advanced, all levels. It's all about having some fun with this thing and trying to move it up the ladder, get some new ground with it. Patreon site, what have I got? Podcasts, yeah, you can have a look at those. Some very interesting things on there at the moment, you might find interesting, not just about blues harp. And as always, I'll catch you on the rebound.